Thank you for joining us Monday on Kababayan LA. You know what? A decade ago, this family had to endure tragedy. Sila po ay nagkaroon ng problema, and as a family, they faced it. I won't delve deeper into that because I want them to tell their story to us. Although they've been here before on the show, let me welcome back on the show Lilian Ileto. Hello and welcome to Kababayan LA. Ismael Ish Ileto. Ismael is the son of Lilian, and Ismael is the brother of Joseph Ileto, na ngayon po ay nababasa natin sa mga pahayagan. This afternoon on the show, we're going to be talking about that. For those who don't know, what happened?
About 10 years ago, a man from Washington came down here in Southern California and picked out a Jewish community center in Granada Hills and shot some rounds in there and wounded some people. 3 children, 1 teenager, 1 receptionist who was a grandmother. He then drove around for an hour, carjacked a lady, and was resting on the street where my brother just happened to be delivering mail. He came up to my brother, could not decide whether he was Chinese or Latino, and he didn't like the fact that he worked for the government.
Right.
So he asked him to mail a letter for him. My brother reached out, and at that time the killer shot him twice. My brother tried to run away and was shot 7 more times in the back. So he died in Chatsworth at someone's driveway.
Who heard the story first? Who got the story first? Who got the news first? You or Lilian? The mom or the brother?
Actually, my wife did at home when the postal inspectors came to our house to inform us. And at that time, I was watching it. I was a delivery person for another company. I was watching it on the news, never thinking it was my brother.
Oh.
I saw the images of the mail van that was they're showing, and at that time they only said a postal worker, described as a postal worker.
But you knew your brother was working as a postal worker. Did you call him? Did you try to reach him?
Never thought he would be in harm's way. Never thought that something like this can happen.
Right. And Lilian, it did. You know, that was 10 years ago. When you listen to the story, and every time, every anniversary, I'm sure it's told over and over. It's told in the news, on TV, in the newspaper. How do you feel? Nababawasan ba yung sakit o pareho pa rin?
Oh, it's the same. I have the same. I cannot, get over of it. It's. As a mother, it's really hard to, and think about it, but what he did.
Right. And they're saying that he's now in jail. The shooter is in jail. I don't want to say his name. Let's not give his name. He doesn't have a name. He shouldn't have a name. The shooter is in jail. Does it help? Do you think that you got justice?
Well, we're glad that he's in jail for life with no chance of parole, so there's no chance for another family to go through what we've been going through the past 10 years. So in a way, we're glad, he's put away for life. He won't be able to harm anybody else.
But what have you been going through? How difficult is it for a family to face a sudden death like that within the family?
Well, it's really hard because, I lost my husband May 26. It's just a sudden heart attack. And then August 10 and my son. So it's really too much.
So it's in 1 year, no?
It's
May
in a year.
And August, yeah.
Yeah.
When things like this happen, when it happened, do you question God or a supreme being? Why? Do you ask yourself why? Why is this happening to me? What have I done?
Well, during that time, I think I cannot think. I'm just numb, and I just can't believe it. That my son was killed by this person.
Right. Many people can't believe that too, because they say, especially Filipino immigrants, a lot of immigrants watch us on Kababayan LA. They come to the U.S. to chase after the American dream. They think that the U.S. is the solution to all their problems, not realizing that something like this could happen to them. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, yes, that's why we like to speak at different communities and regarding Filipino Americans, because you're right. They come here. We came here to work to achieve our American dreams. But at the same time, we need to look over our shoulder because we are a target of opportunity. There are groups there, unfortunately, that are bent on making sure that we're,
Erased
or so forth in their philosophy.
Even in this time, it's 10 years after, it's the millennium, they say. Even in this time, you think it can still happen, hate crimes like these?
Oh, yes, it happens all the time. It's just not being reported, especially in the Asian community, American communities. It's not reported because they don't want to draw the attention to them. For us, it was different. What made us come out is how my brother was described by mainstream media and elected officials initially as being just a postal worker with no name, with no identity.
Right.
And to us, it was like an insult. And it was an insult to my brother, to our family, and to our community. He was Filipino American, and that's why he was killed. And that has to be noted.
The color was the reason for his
Yes.
death. Now, because we want to be noticed, and it's not just we want to be acknowledged, recognized in the community, we have this book now. Can you tell
Yes.
us more about this?
This book was just published about 2 months ago. It's by the Asian Americans, Legal Center and the Asian American Studies of UCLA. It talks about the untold civil rights of Asian Americans that are not taught in high school now. So we're trying to get this book into high school so students can learn about our contribution, our Asian contribution to this society, to this country.
And I think the best way we can do something is galvanize as a community, be aware of stories like this happening.
Yes.
And I must thank both of you. I know it's very difficult to talk about something like this, but day in, day out, whenever you're invited, you come and you speak out to inform, educate our community and the others as well. Thank you. Thank you. We draw inspiration from your courage and your strength.
Thank you for having us.
Magbabalik pa po ang Kababayan LA. Don't go away.